This is an instructional video on how to install a metal in-tube and out-tube to an SMT Suncast hose reel. The parts we'll need are the cross brace, which is made up of two halves, two flanges, and the in-tube and out-tube. The two flanges are identical, so just take one of the flanges and with the protruding end, position it on the right side, rotate it until the side panel accepts it. Push it in. Take the other identical flange and push the protruding end through the hole on the left side. Now, to hold the left flange in place, take the out tube and position it into the flange where it nests in the hole. Take the in tube to the outside of the unit and position that over the out tube that protrudes from that side. Rotate the in tube until the tab is positioned over the slot in the side panel. Once it's positioned there, push it in. When it's pushed in, then click the locking tab in place. Pull on it, make sure that it's snug. So the locking tab has to be in place and the tab has to be in place. Now, for the cross brace to be put on, we'll need to position the flanges in the correct orientation. Turn the flange that has the out tube vertical until the out tube is horizontal. Do the same with the other flange. There's a hole at the top. Position it so that it's 90 degrees from the top. Now we're going to put the cross brace underneath the hubs of the flanges and position it so that it can be assembled. We're going to need something behind the cross brace to support it. The hub of the flange is 7 inches from the ground, so we'll need an object that's more than 7 inches. It could be bricks, concrete block, 2x4s, or in this case we're going to use a couple of sandbags. See, the sandbags are 9 inches tall. That's perfect. We'll put the hose reel over the sandbags. We'll lift the hose reel up slightly to position the cross brace on top of the sandbag, but pushed up against the hubs of the flanges. Now it's not locked in yet, it's just positioned there. We'll position the top piece of the cross brace so that we can connect it by hitting it with a mallet. We'll use a rubber mallet and tap it 2 or 3 times on each end of the cross brace. This will allow it to have a compression fit. We'll rotate the reel and look at the seam between the two halves of the cross brace. We want to make sure there's no gaps between the two halves. If it's a nice smooth seam like this, you've got a good connection. Check both sides. If there are gaps, position it again so that you can assemble it with the mallet. A few more hits. But if it looks like this, you're done. You're ready to add your hose and use your hose reel with your new metal in-tube and out-tube.